Hello, my name is Monet Simmons, and this is my Mark Twain project, Jinx, by Sage Blackwood. I wanted to read Jinx for my Mark Twain project because I love reading about magic. Even if it's not real, this book gives you the chills about it. In this video, you will learn about a daring boy named Jinx who has lost his mind reading skills, or as I like to call it, magic. I hope you enjoy this video enough to want to read the second book. And so just sit back and relax. Thanks. Jinx grew up in a small cottage with his lovely parents until his father died of werewolves and his mother was taken away by elves. Because of their tragic deaths, Jinx then had to live with his cruel step-parents. After the step-parents had a baby, they decided Jinx was too much trouble and expensive to raise, even though Jinx squeezed into small corners left by other people and only took one bite of his toad porridge before offering it to the baby. They decided to abandon Jinx in the forest. His stepfather, Berghold, was the one who took him into the forest. The colorful, changing, crunchy leaves surrounded their feet. Finally, they stopped. Berghold found an old stump. He ordered Jinx to sit down, and he turned around to leave, but noticed he couldn't remember where he came from. After moments of silence and thinking, Jinx decided to lie. "I know where we came from." Berghold pushed him up and said, "Ah, well then don't just sit there like a lump on the ground. Lead on, boy." As Jinx was wandering through the forest, not knowing where he was going at all, he bumped into a wizard named Simon and was afraid. But Simon said, "I won't eat you," and Jinx calmed down. Then, once Berghold saw Simon, he started bargaining for Jinx. Simon finally did an invisibility spell before the trolls came, but he didn't do it on Berghold, so the trolls took Berghold. Since there was nowhere else for Jinx to go, Jinx had to live with Simon. At first, Jinx thought that Simon was dangerous, but then he noticed that Simon was more cranky than dangerous. At the castle, Simon keeps on letting visitors into his home. Then, Jinx is very suspicious and curious about all these wizards and witches that come to Simon's home all the time. There was one in particular who was very nice to Simon. She came usual, and they had tea together and ate meat sometimes. Anyways, Jinx learned how to listen to the trees at Simon's house. And also, Simon decided it was time to show Jinx how to do spells. Then, Jinx did his first spell when he was in danger. Werewolves came around him, and he had to do the invisibility spell that saved him from the trolls. So, he did it. He was so happy. The werewolves walked away, and he was very excited what he had done. He loved listening to trees and loved Simon's house so much. One day, Jinx decided he wanted to leave and explore a world for his own. Simon agreed that he would leave and gave him a small bird token, just for good luck, he said. Jinx was on his way, but while he was going in our world, he met two friends, Elfwin and Revan, who both had secret curses on them. They got so angry about their curses, they wanted to figure them out right away. They went to an evil wizard called the Bowmaster and wanted to leave, but then the Bowmaster took them as prisoners, even though they were guests. In the Bowmaster's home, Jinx was ordered to do most of the work, while Revan was exploring, and Elfwin, well, she was treated like a princess. The Bowmaster loved Elfwin, and Elfwin kind of liked the Bowmaster, even though he was evil and his castle was made out of bones. One day, they decided the Bowmaster was just too much for them, and they decided to try to leave. But if they were going to leave, they needed a way out. Lucky for them, Elfwin found the bridge that led all the way down. It was small, but it grew in size if you took it out of its box. Elfin also made a sleepy potion and gave it to the bowmaster before he went to sleep. Then they ran outside and tied the bridge together. Jinx was the last one to go down, and of course that's when the bowmaster had to wake up and come out. As Jinx was going down the bridge, Elfwin got all the way down, but the bowmaster got on the bridge, but Jinx didn't get all the way down yet. The bridge fell, and Jinx fell all the way down off the cliff into the dried up trench below. The bowmaster, however, held on before he fell. Just then, Simon and one of Simon's visitors came to their rescue. Jinx could see himself on the ground. He felt like, maybe he was a ghost. Simon and all the others left the bowmaster dangling and went to Simon's castle. Simon ordered the others to stay in the kitchen while he was doing something with Chuck. Meanwhile, Jinx was flying around everywhere, loving himself. Then he went back to see what Simon was doing. Simon had chalk all around Jinx and ordered all the others to come in. Then he said, "Jinx, I'm sorry, but you're going to feel like you're falling off a cliff again." Jinx felt a force pulling him down. He could fight it back, but he decided to go back into his body. Once he did, he was okay. Simon was so happy to see Jinx, and so was everybody else. The visitor left, and Revan, Elfwin, and Jinx decided it was time to leave soon. They were going to explore our world and have more adventures in it.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go, Jinx! Goodbye!